Everyone, today I want to introduce you about my PowerPoint. That is, I talk about the phenolic compound extraction that we always use in the industry. And now let's move on my PowerPoint today. And here is my PowerPoint. And before I introduce about my PowerPoint today, I want to tell you about some benefits of phenolic compound that we always use in the industry. Phenolic compound that is very familiar in the food industry, like it can the antioxidant. Moreover, it can the anti-inflammatory and anti-aging and so on. And now and it have a lot of benefits like this, and phenolic compound is exist in the nature is a lot, and how can we extract the phenolic compound. That's the reason why today I want to review to you about the phenolic compound extraction that we always use in the industry. And thirdly, I want to give you the outline. We have three sections. The first is the general, and the second is extraction methods, and the last is the conclusion. With the general, firstly, I will introduce briefly about the phenolic compound. They are the natural bioactive molecules found in the plant tissue and have a lot of interesting benefits, and which has led to the great interest in their use by the several industries. The phenolic compound is well divided into four small compartments. The first is the phenolic acid, the second is flavonoid, and the third is the tannins, and the last is the steuben. And currently there is no generally accepted procedure to recover of the own phenolics or those of the specific group from the plant materials. So we need to establish an optimized process for the recovery of the phenolic compound from the plant material by considering the following. The first is we need to consider the type of the sample and the stochastic compounds. The second is the object of the analysis, and the last is the technique applied. Then there is the some of the extraction methods of the phenolic compound. The phenolic compound we take from the natural source, and we will divide into three small groups: the flavonoids, steubenes, and the lignans. And let's move on to the methods extraction phenolic compound. And we will supply two main techniques into the extraction phenolic compound. That's the conventional extraction, and the next is unconventional technique extraction. And after we choose the appreciate methods, we will obtain the final product and give the conclusion. And there is the table is lit about some small component about the phenolic compound, and here is the example of the plant sources that we can take some small component of the phenolic compound from these plants. And now we move on to the important part, that is the extraction methods. We have two ways, that is conventional extraction and unconventional extraction. In the unconventional extraction, we have five the assistant that will assist the extraction. The first is the microwave, the second is ultrasound, the third is the pressurized, and the fourth is the supercritical and enzyme assisted, and the last is will combine of the techniques. And thirdly, we will mention about the conventional extraction. The conventional extraction technique of the phenolic compound are maceration, decoction, percolation, infusion, and so on. And we have three pictures to describe about three techniques, that is the percolation, decoction, and the sockless. And the next is the unconventional extraction. The conventional extraction process often involves a recovery step which is followed by the extract concentration via an evaporation process that is the time-consuming process. And to finding the solution to this problem has elicited the development of the several methods, include the supercritical carbon dioxide, microwave, ultrasound assisted enzyme, and pressurized fluids, and combination of the approaches. And now we will mention which the first is the microwave assisted, that it involves the use of the microwave radiation energy to heat up the solute solvent mixture. And the picture here to describe about how can the microwave assisted extraction work. And for the ultrasound assisted extraction methods, this is the type of the method is an easy extraction technique that utilizes the induced mechanical influence through the microsite pulse explosion to give the quick tissue disorganization, which facilitates the diffusion of the phytochemicals from the substance into the solvent. And also we also have the picture also describe about the ultrasound assisted extraction work. And the third is the pressurized liquid extraction, or we also call like the accelerated solvent extraction. This is one of the current techniques developed for the extracting phytochemical, and it requires the use of the high temperature and pressure. And we have the diagram to describe about the pressurized liquid extraction that will go to the pump, and it will go to the oven, and the last we will have the collection glass to collect the final product, that is the phenolic compound. And the next is the supercritical carbon dioxide extraction. This method requires the use of carbon dioxide as a supercritical fluid, and this fluid most useful to its non-toxicity and non-inflammable and so on. Under the AC carbon dioxide extraction, the different pressure and temperature combination can be applied to making this technique the method of choice for creating several end products. And the diagram here is describe about the supercritical carbon dioxide extraction, that we supply the carbon dioxide into the sample extraction, and it move on to the pump and extraction unit and oven. We will get the collection of phenolic compound. And the enzyme assisted extraction is the currently technique which exploits the capacity of the enzyme to break down the cell wall compartment to answer the movement of the cytoplasmic content into the extraction fluid such as water. Like we have the figure is just show about an example, like we supply the technique the enzyme assisted into the materials, and it break down the cell wall. And now we move on to the collection and the combined technique. This is talk about some situation maybe require a combination of different extraction methods to improve the extraction of the phytochemicals. Just easy to understand about the combined techniques. And now we move on to the last part. Also, like we get the conclusion like this. We in paragraph maybe it have a lot of word, but now I will sum up to you, easy to understand. We have two methods of extraction, is the conventional extraction and unconventional extraction. The conventional extraction is also used and currently used, but it's not give the high use. It's not give the high yield or the higher amount of extraction solvent, and it takes a longer time. So we need to use the unconventional technique, including the microwave assisted and ultrasound assisted and so on, because it can get the high efficiency and the yield better than the conventional extraction. And after that, we will and also that's also the last slide of today. And thank you for your listening and watching. Thank you too much.